George's new dinosaur. George's favourite toy is Mr. Dinosaur. George likes bouncing Mr. Dinosaur in the garden, playing with him at bath time, and he loves going to sleep with Mr. Dinosaur beside him. At bedtime, Peppa says, "George, I think Mr. Dinosaur is broken." Mummy and Daddy Pig come in to see why George is crying. "Wah!" cries George. George is very upset. "Poor George," says Daddy Pig. "Maybe it's time you got a new dinosaur." The next day, Peppa, George, Mummy and Daddy Pig visit Mr. Fox's shop. "I'm sure you'll find a lovely dinosaur here, George," says Mummy Pig. "Look, George," says Daddy Pig, pointing to the shop window. "There's a big one." "Oh, a dinosaur," says George. "Good morning," beams Mr. Fox. "Can I help you?" "We'd like to buy the dinosaur in the window, please," says Daddy Pig. "Good choice," says Mr. Fox. "This is Dinosaur. He walks, he talks and he sings." "Wow," says everyone. "Dinosaur," says George excitedly. "We'll take it," says Daddy Pig. George is playing with Dinosaur in the garden. Dinosaur sings, "Dinosaur, Dinosaur, listen to Dinosaur, roar!" "Careful, George," says Daddy Pig. "Don't play too roughly, because Dinosaur will get broken." George wants to play with Dinosaur in the bath. "Dinosaur," says George. But Mummy Pig says, "George, if you get Dinosaur wet, he'll stop working." Peppa and George are asleep in bed, but suddenly Dinosaur comes to life. "Roar! Dinosaur! Dinosaur!" "George," says Peppa, "Dinosaur has woken me up." "Maybe Dinosaur should sleep somewhere else," says Daddy Pig, taking Dinosaur away. George is feeling sad. He cannot play with Dinosaur in the garden or the bath or even in bed. "Never mind, George," says Mummy Pig brightly. "Dinosaur can still roar." "Dinosaur, listen to Dinosaur." Dinosaur stops walking and talking completely. "I think the batteries must have run out," says Mummy Pig. "Already? How many are there?" grumbles Daddy Pig as batteries pour out of Dinosaur. "Hundreds and thousands," cries Peppa as she picks them up. Peppa spots something green under a bush. "What's this?" says Peppa. "Is it a trumpet?" "You found Mr. Dinosaur's tail," says Mummy Pig. "Now Daddy Pig can mend him." "He might be a bit difficult to mend," says Daddy Pig doubtfully. But the tail slips perfectly into place. Daddy Pig has mended Mr. Dinosaur. "Ho, ho, ho," chuckles Daddy Pig. "Hello, Mr. Dinosaur," says Peppa. "Grrr," replies George. "Hee, hee, hee," everyone laughs. Mr. Dinosaur is George's favourite toy in the whole world.